What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to more Hitman Absolution. We're now moving on to Fight Night. A level, I'll be honest, I like this level. It's obviously not perfect because it still suffers from all the fundamental flaws of the game. But I really like the concept of it. I think it's potentially great. So much so that IO would eventually make an elusive target, improving its concept. So as soon as we start, we need to U-turn around and very carefully reach the truck. You'll get really close to being spotted, but as long as you do it right, you won't get spotted. Now, you'll notice I take a wrench to use it as a distraction, but it's honestly better to do a gunshot distraction. I'll explain why in a minute. Basically, we need to very carefully roll cover to cover so that we can get to this position here. And we need to distract one of the... There's a fighter called the Patriot. The distraction is going to lure his trainer over here so that we can subdue him and take his disguise. It's better to do a gunshot distraction, that way he'll actually stop behind the crates instead of between the crates where the guards in the distance could potentially see us. Thankfully that didn't happen. If you do what I do, just drag the body immediately and let the guards pass. Or better yet, let the guards pass first and then distract the Patriot's trainer. But like I said, when you do a gunshot distraction, he'll go directly where the gunshot is, so it's honestly better to do that because a throwable like that wrench is just going to deflect and go further away, which is exactly what happened here. Anyways, when available, hide the body, take the clothes, and now, in this checkpoint has two exits. One of which requires us to dress up as the Patriot himself in order to use it, and it will allow us to enter the next checkpoint from a unique angle where we get to fight our target, Sanchez, head-on, and it's a unique outcome. The other one, which we are using, requires a key card. I literally just took the key card from between those crates, and now we're going to head to the door to use it. This is the best way to go so that you can avoid contact with the rest of the Patriots' travel crew, or whatever you want to call them. You'll also notice I took the evidence before getting the key card, and that's because it was right there and easily accessible. So here's the key card locked door. Go ahead and swipe it and then carefully sneak in. Just be careful in case a guard is looking over this way. And then through the air vent, we're going to be forced to eavesdrop on Sanchez right here as he gives intel that Victoria is being held by the sheriff at the courthouse holding cells or whatever. If we had used the other exit by dressing up as the Patriot, we would have interrogated Sanchez ourselves during the scripted fight takedown. Obviously, dressing up as the Patriot and entering the ring was originally the linear scripted way of doing this, but I think it's really cool that they kept it in, but added this secondary exit so that you can explore. That way the entire arena is explorable and you can eliminate Sanchez by other means. So now that so like I said, this alternate exit lets us enter the arena and fully explore it, whereas with the other one, we're stuck in the ring. We're going to access the catwalks up above, and we need to access the higher catwalk where the winch for the light rig above the ring is located. With this disguise, we can go up here because the Patriot's crew has a private box where they're watching the fight. We just have to be very careful around them. Go ahead and take the evidence. Let that guy walk in there. And then you'll be able to slip in without having to blend in past anybody. Key card will unlock this door also. And now we're trespassing, so we need to sneak. To collapse the light rig, we're going to have to get rid of 2 of the guards up here because they're in the way. We specifically need to get rid of that guy right there who's standing right in front of the light rig, but another guard up here that's going to come right towards us. We can't really safely take out that other guard from this position without taking him out, so we're going to have to subdue both of them. Thankfully, we do have a container to hide the bodies in. So the first guard will come immediately to you. Or not immediately, but the first guard is going to come to you. So we can subdue him around the corner. We're going to have to distract the other one. But we'll do that in just a second. First him. And then take 1,000 years to subdue him. And then we'll get the body hidden right over here. And now the other guy. We're going to do a gunshot distraction since we don't have anything to throw. Do it right there where I did it, like right in the middle of the A. Or look at those like rafters or whatever. They're shaped like an A. Do it over the A horizontal line, I guess you could say. And then that way this guard is pretty close to you, and then as soon as he turns around we can quickly slip behind him and start subduing him. Like so. Almost had him. There we go. Subduing takes forever. What I was talking about earlier is how I think IO realized that this level had a lot of potential for a real Hitman game. That's why they made an Elusive Target in Isle of Sgail with guest starring that famous fighter. I think his name is like, what was his name, like Conor McGregor or something? I know jack shit about sports, so please forgive me if I got his name wrong, but I'm sure anyone who knows Hitman is probably familiar with the Elusive Target. Basically, that Elusive Target takes the concept of this level and significantly improves on it in just about every way. But I still kind of like this level just because of the genesis of the idea. The execution is off due to the fundamental flaws of this game, but the idea is there. Anyways, I should explain. As soon as Sanchez picks up and throws the Patriot, once he's out of the way, drop the light rig. Very important that you wait for that precise moment because, as far as I know, that's the only moment that the Patriot is clear of the light rig and he will not die from it. Sanchez will literally pick him up, like basically power clean him over his head, and then throw him. And once he throws him, the light rig goes down and crushes him. So now we're going to have to blend in past these guys since they're literally in the way. I always forget that you can't go between the chair and the fan, so you gotta go between the guys. Do not stop blending in until you're safely out. And now we'll backtrack and go to the exit to end the level. So in my opinion, I think this is a good example of one of these levels course-corrected the right way. The linear scripted way that was originally intended is still present, but it's no longer the only option. They now give you more options, so I like this one. But that's how you do it. See you next time.